like predators. The air smells like fear and disinfectant. You're in a small cage, barely larger than your body. The metal bars press against your tail. You hear the cries of other Pokemon that were quiet before. You see red. It smells like iron. Blood. Everywhere. They take your tail, and it grows back. So they take it again, and again. Days blur into weeks, weeks into months, tail after tail after tail. They call it a delicacy. To you, it's just a tickle, but something inside you starts to change. Not faster, just deeper. Krabby's here, too. He's in the cage beside you, missing one claw. He gives you a solemn nod. He doesn't wave anymore. Sometimes he hums old songs with his shell. One day, a Meowth in a nearby cage speaks to you. Tells you his name is Claws. Friendly, clever, too clever. He talks fast, like he's rehearsed every word. Says he knows the shifts, the routes, the guards who sneak naps. He's been here the longest, he says. Watched more come and go than he can count. We look out for each other, he purrs. That's how we make it out. Together. He offers advice, encouragement, the tiniest glimmers of hope. When your tail is taken, he winces in solidarity. When Krabby hums at night, Claws hums too. And one night, under flickering light and distant thunder, Claws leans close to the bars and whispers, "Tomorrow, I'll get the butcher's keys. Be ready." You believe him, because in a place like this, belief is the only thing you've got. But the next day, Claws is outside your cage, smiling, guiding the butcher, pointing, tail raised like he's just won a prize. You lock eyes. He flinches, then walks away with a bag of food. A week later, Krabby snaps off a loose pipe and tries to unlock his cage. It's quiet. Too quiet. He's almost there, but the butcher sees the movement, shouts. Sirens blare, lights turn red. Krabby is dragged out of his cage by Claws. They don't just beat him, they make an example of him. They tie his remaining claw behind his back and hang him upside down in front of the others. A sign is pinned beside him. Thieves lose more than limbs. You watch, unmoving. They leave him there for hours, bleeding slowly onto the concrete. The next morning, he's gone. Rumor spreads. The only reason he's still alive is because a rich buyer had already reserved him. They wouldn't damage the product too much. He's returned to his cage eventually, limp and silent. He doesn't sing for days. A man with a butcher's apron walks past. He pauses at your cage. He stares. You stare back, not because you're brave, because you forgot to blink. He walks on. Another Pokemon once screamed. You never saw them again. Your stillness keeps you safe. Stillness becomes your camouflage, your shield. You learn the rhythm of the place. When the lights flicker, the locks click. When they come, when they leave. For others, noise is defense. For you, silence is survival. And then, in the middle of this silence, the storm begins. It starts with a yawn. Yours, of course. You're bored, sleepy, tired of being poked. And that's when it rains. Thunder crashes.